I also watched the Michigan game, but I was more paying attention to the Auburn game, and just kind of shows that like when you that number one seed, like everyone's trying to beat you. Arkansas, they rush the court, and like we've been there before. 2 years ago at BYU, that happened. So it's cool to see like other teams play and just watch how they're doing. So.
Andrew, same question for you.
Yeah, I love the game. I'm always watching games. Yeah, just looking at the competition, seeing where we're playing, seeing where we match up. I'm a basketball junkie, so I'm definitely watching. For sure.
You guys have had that target on your back before, like you said. Does it help when you have experience with that? So if you guys happen to be ranked number one next week, you kind of know how to deal with it better than a couple years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I really don't think it matters where we're ranked. I think everyone's still trying to beat us. Ever since I got here, we've been ranked high. So it's always been that target on our back. And even in WCC, all the teams are trying the hardest to beat us. So just kind of gotten used to it.
How much do y'all pay attention to the net rankings, the polls, all the brackets that are online? Are you guys on the computer all the time? Do you have any idea, where you are in the net, that kind of things?
Not really too much. Not really focusing too much on that type of stuff. More like team statistics, teams like stuff that's gonna make our team get better. We're looking at those type of stats and stuff and seeing how we can keep getting better. But when it comes to AP poll and coaches rankings and stuff like that, I'm not really too worried about that.
Anton, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really pay attention to that. You see a lot on social media like Instagram, but I think we're more focused on like where we ranked are on defense or on offense efficiency. So,
You got anybody on the team that is always on there telling you all where you're at?
Not really. We hear from coach all the time, just like don't pay attention to it. So I think it's pretty easy not to look at it.
Are you guys trying to block it out purposely, or is it just doesn't interest you at this point?
I don't think it really interests us at this point. I mean, especially for us two, we played in the team. We were number one every single game last year. We're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this year. It's tomato, same thing. So it's like that ranking really doesn't mean much until you win the championship or whatever it is. So I'm not worried about that.
Talk about the looking at the metrics as to where you can improve. What are some of the stats that you guys still feel like you can build on right now, despite being so efficient offensively and so good on defense right now?
I think rebounding is like a big point of emphasis for us right now, both sides of the floor. And then we just want to keep driving our DER numbers up, try to get that to .8. So those are the main two I think we're focusing on.
You guys are both in the top 5 of steals per game in the WCC right now. Can you guys kind of both talk about your defensive mentality and why is that such a big stat for both of you guys?
I think I just play off instincts, and it's helped me a long way. Ever since high school, that's been the main focus, just playing defense. And when he plays, I feel like it's the same thing. He sees the same things before the play is happening, and causes us to get a lot of steals and make plays before it even happens. So
I think the same. Coach lets us play off our instincts, gives us a little freedom on the defensive side of the ball. So we just kind of use that to our advantage.
How do you balance taking gambles and kind of being more conservative with steals? And do you figure out when to take the gambles and when not to? How do you kind of balance that?
I think that's kind of just like a feel thing, honestly. Try to be solid most of the time, but when it seems like we kind of got the bottled up pressure and they're kind of off balance, maybe you go for a steal there or something, but try to stay solid the majority of the time.
Sure. Andrew, Rasir transferred in this year. You did it a year ago. Probably went through a lot of the same steps and initiating yourself with the team and all that. What was it like for you, and did you kind of help him in some way, knowing what he was going through?
I think the culture and the family environment here is just so easy to just fit in seamlessly. I think the guys last year, they just brought me in with open arms. When I got that waiver to play, they were just excited as much as I was. So it was just so easy for me to kind of blend in. And I think Razier's the same way. Everybody likes him. He just fits in so easily. So it wasn't really much I had to do to help him kind of fit in.
What do you guys think of his game? What's he added here?
He's a bucket, and he plays hard, and he's quick. He's one of the quickest dudes I've seen. So, he has a lot of weapons to this team.
Yeah, I think veteran player. He's probably top one of the most minutes probably in college basketball on our team. So he has a lot of experience. You can see how he plays. He can shoot it. He can push the pace, which is really good for our offense. So he just fits in really well for us. He can guard all that.
Did you guys watch?
Go ahead, sorry, no, go ahead.
Did you guys watch the Pacific USC game last night? And what would you kind of see from Pacific that stands out that you guys will have to kind of account for on Thursday?
I didn't get to watch it, but I heard about the scores. We have been watching a little bit of film on them. Definitely locked in. I got a better answer for you after closer to the game, I think.
Let's talk about Saturday. St. Mary's has always been, since you guys have been here, a bit of a rival for you. Do you get different feelings for different games, knowing how big some of them are? Do you have a different feeling for Pacific than you do for St. Mary's?
I think that's kind of natural a little bit when you're a little high ranked. You kind of, especially when you play a lot of games, older players in the team kind of maybe look at a game a little bit easier than the other one. But that's what we always talk about, just having a mature approach and coming in with that same drive and same intensity every game, no matter the opponent. So I think we're getting better with that, and I think, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's on human nature says, though, it doesn't, right?
Yeah, sometimes, it's tough. Like, it's going to be game day here on Saturday, so it's a little different environment. But, yeah, just like he said, just be mature about it and approach every game the same way.
Did you have to learn that, how to do that?
Kinda. I don't know.
We got a lot of practice with that last year, honestly.
Yeah.
No fans made it even harder, so I think we got pretty mature with that approach to the game every day.
He's seen all kind of styles this year, Alabama and Merrimack and Bellarmine. And how different is it when you play St. Mary's than anyone else?
They just slow the game down, I think. I remember last year, like, we were scoring, like, in the 80s, 90s every game, and then played them, scored, like, 50. So it's definitely a different type of game, but they're going to try to play hard, give us some tricks, but, we'll play through it.
Yeah, I think St. Mary's, they slow down the game. They play tough. Obviously, they've played us so many years. They know what we're doing. We know what they're doing. So it's like it's one of those games where kind of everything matters. But I think it's more about us, what we do, and our approach, for sure.
There was an article in KREM that came out today that said right now you guys have the highest scoring margin differential in conference games in the last 25 years. So far in conference, how have you guys been able to kind of put your foot down on these guys' throats and kind of, be able to just explode offensively?
I think that just how new of a team we are at the beginning of the season, there's so much room for growth, and I think we're seeing that right now. Everybody's just growing into themselves and getting more comfortable, finding their roles, finding their spots to pick. I think we're just flowing and gelling at a high level right now. I think that's why the scoring margins are like that.
How do you think this offense compares to last year's offense? Both obviously pretty good in different ways, but not necessarily better or worse. But what's different about this year's team, and what's made this year's team successful in offense as opposed to last year's team?
I kind of see similarities from last year's team. Like, we're just playing together well right now, and we move the ball a lot, and everyone on the court can score. So it was just kind of like last year's team. So I see a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities. I see like Corey and Chet's kind of differences. Like, played a lot more small ball last year with Corey. Everything was quick, fast-paced, flowing. Out with Chet, he gives us a little bit different look. He can roll, catch lobs with the rim, and he can still pop and shoot it, but it's a little bit different flow. But overall similarities, a lot of similarities.
It's the luxury for you as a point guard to have two of arguably the top 5 frontcourt players in the country on your team, and then when you guys go to the bench, you have another guy who could start and really excel in any team in the country almost.
Yeah, no, it's super easy with Ton and Drew and Chet, they make my life easy. I can just get them anywhere and they can score, so it's super easy.
Anton, you've been practicing against Chet since the beginning of the year. How has he kind of grown into where he's at right now in his career, and just how has he been able to kind of upgrade or get better in his role with this team?
Yeah, I think he's turning to a beast right now. I think he feels it. He's getting stronger and just more confident in his play. So it's exciting to see. And, you know, teammates, we're all going to back him up and watch him cook.
Is that a team-wide thing? You were all getting confident, talked about getting better, but you're now getting confident because we're closing in on the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a lot more confident than I was 2 years ago and last year. So I think everyone's a lot more confident. We need that going into the tournament and WCC tournament. But yeah, I think that's a major key to like our success. It's just our confidence.
Yeah, I think it's the same. Everybody's confidence is coming together. We're gelling at a high level, and it's bound to happen from the beginning of the season to the end of the season.
Anton, somebody sent me a picture of you on a billboard over here. I'm sure you know all about it. How did that come together, and how much feedback do you get from whoever, teammates, classmates, family, at that billboard?
Yeah, it was just an NIL deal I did beginning of the season, but it's funny because like I got professors telling me like I'm driving down to Chick-fil-A and I see your billboard, so you know it's cool. It's cool to hear that from like family members and just teammates and all my friends, and especially since I'm from Spokane. You know, it's been a cool experience to just hear that from everyone.
Where is it? Where was it?
It's on Division, kind of next to the mall.
Okay. And what was the company? Is it a mortgage?
Yeah, Modus Mortgage.
You have a lot of expertise in the mortgage area?
Not really.
Anton, did you ever play against Alfonso Anderson when he was at NIC for a year, just being a Washington guy? Did you know much about his game or anything like that?
I didn't, but I kind of saw him in high school. He went to Garfield, right?
Yeah, I think he transferred from Wilson maybe to Garfield.
Yeah, I saw him in high school, and you know Garfield was one of the best 3A teams in Washington. So I kind of watched him play a little bit during state and stuff. So he's a good player for sure.
Are we going to see Headband Andrew again on Thursday?
Yeah, probably. I'm about to try to buy a headband tonight, actually. So if I get it, I will. If not, it's all good.
Any more questions? I got one more. Andrew, clearly this roster is super talented, not only front court but also the backcourt. How have you seen from game 1 to game 21 the development of Nolan and Hunter?
Yeah, I think just me being a young guard at one point at Florida and just kind of going through the growing pains and just getting better. And literally the best thing you could do is learn through experience. And I think that's what they're doing right now. They're learning through experience. They're just getting better, feeling more comfortable out on the court. So, yeah, that's what I see from them. I think there's a bright future ahead for those guys for sure.
Thank you, boys.
Seriously.